Hey everyone, I realise it's been a little while since I've done an update, so thought I would just check in. Many of you will know, if you're on the prayer group, that I spent the weekend in the Royal Infirmary A&E department in Leicester last weekend, and just wanted to give you an update on that, on my health, how I am, but also on the amazing goodness of God. So I went to a conference, leaders conference, up at a church called Cromer in Leicester last Friday, and it was brilliant, great friends there. I just find it a place of open heaven for me, a place where I can go and restore and refresh myself in God, and I've got some great friends there. And so Hazel and I went up there on the Friday. By mid-afternoon on the Friday, I started to get some quite severe pains in my abdomen, and so I've had them in the past. I just found that lying down, having a little snooze, often just they just resolves itself. So I went back to the hotel, checked into the hotel, and just did just that. And then in the dinner break, several hours later, Hazel came, and at that point I was really doubled up in pain. And we waited a couple more hours really, but it was just not abating and I could barely stand. So we decided that we'd go to A&E, and I was admitted into A&E. They did an assessment, and the doctor ordered a CT scan. Not that I saw the doctor, but the nurse confirmed that the doctor had organised a CT scan, and that I'd get some pain relief and I just needed to wait. So they put me back into general population, which Hazel and I thought, well, that's a strange place given that I'm immunocompromised. But anyway, we were there. And so I was still in excruciating pain at this point, just sitting there. And then suddenly the pain just went. And I fell asleep, and just at that point my phone started buzzing and buzzing and buzzing, and the leaders of the conference and my fellow elder and his wife, who were there, were texting me to say that they'd stopped the conference to pray specifically for me in the situation. And you know, the reality was that the pain just went. That was when the pain went. And it's incredible to think that God could move in that way. As a result, I had no pain relief whatsoever while I was in A&E. The pain just went. They did do a CT scan. So at midnight, I was admitted at 8 o'clock, or went to A&E at 8 o'clock in the evening, and they did a CT scan at midnight that confirmed that there was a blockage in the bowel. And they potentially would have to operate, so they were so they sent me to the pre-surgical unit, and there we waited and waited, and eventually the scans came through at 8 o'clock, or 9 o'clock actually. The first time I saw a doctor was at 8 p.m, 12 hours after I came into A&E, and he confirmed that the bowel was blocked, and there was scar tissue that was causing that. So they sent me to pre-surgical unit, but my stoma was working fine ever since everybody prayed. So I knew the blockage had gone. It wasn't a problem at that time, which they then confirmed, and they decided they didn't want to operate because it would cause more scar tissue. And what happened was the scar tissue from my previous operations and stuff sometimes weeps, and then when it weeps, it can stick to the other side of the bowel and cause a blockage, and that's what's happened in the past, and this time it was just excruciating. It just couldn't get through. So all of that changed when conference prayed. Prayer works, and it definitely did. It was a bit frustrating for me because they wanted to observe me for another 24 hours to make sure that was okay, so I had to stay in Saturday night as well. But again, in the provision of God, someone on my prayer group who we'd known for years had moved away. We didn't know where, but they contacted us to say that they were 30 minutes away from the hospital, and if Hazel wanted to stay there for that extra night, she could, which was just great and wonderful provision of God in that moment. And I was released on Sunday evening with nothing really, so because it had all gone, and the power of prayer was just demonstrated, the goodness of God just wonderful. So doing well now, so that's all good. So I've had no issues since. Hazel and I are going off on holiday today for 7 days. It'll be the first real long break that we've had since my diagnosis some 20 months ago. So we've had little weekend breaks here and there, but this is just a good opportunity just to go away for a week in the motorhome, of course, and just relax and just get time together, just have some laughs and some fun. So we're looking forward to that, but just wanted to update you. Sorry, this is a little bit of a long one, but I just didn't want to cut short what God had done. And just to say, if you're watching this and you're in a similar situation and you want prayer, then I'd be very happy to pray for you. Just put your comments, your prayer requests in the comments below, and I'll do my very, very best to pray my very best prayers for you, and believe in God is good all the time, and that he will answer prayer, and he doesn't always answer it how we want it to be answered, but he does answer. So if that's you and you want a prayer, then please just comment below. But thanks everyone, speak to you soon.